Boy, I hope we don't see anything like that coming our way. Cedric, what do you think?
Well, not in the near term. That system will eventually impact us, but hopefully it will weaken some before it moves here. I do want to show you the power outage map, and you can see the West Coast is kind of getting lit up with power outages by this system. The system is almost like a hurricane spinning off the West Coast, but it's sending the strong winds and also the very heavy rain and the heavy mountain snow inland. And look at Washington State. They're still the ones being the biggest impacted. The state is outlined in that red color, indicating well over 50,000 power outages, closer to 75,000 power outages there. And we've got many power outages in Oregon and California. But again, the system is really confined to the north and west right now as it's spinning offshore, but eventually it will try to make its way inland, but it's going to take a few days before that happens. So let's get to the weather map and show you what's going on. High pressure here is kind of blocking this bomb cyclone, which just basically means the low pressure is strengthening rapidly. It drops about a millibar every hour, so it's about 24 millibar drop within 24 hours here, meaning it just gets very strong. It's swirling like a hurricane out here, and that's what's spinning in not only the strong winds, but also that atmospheric river of moisture that comes in for Hawaii. So this high pressure will continue to block that system to the west and also provide us with a warming trend with our temperatures, and we stay warm as the cold and unsettled weather stays off the west coast for us, at least till we get through Friday. Now, after Friday, that's when things start to change as that low pressure system starts to slowly sag south, and so we start to tap into that colder, unsettled weather pattern through the weekend, and especially heading in the beginning of next week. And of course, the beginning of next week happens to be Thanksgiving week, so a lot of folks are going to be watching the forecast for travel interest, and right now it looks colder and unsettled for a good part of the week. Let's talk about the temperatures first, though. As that system kind of stays to our west, high pressure will help to bump our temperatures up, so we're talking mid to upper 60s in St. George the next few days, and in Salt Lake City, the Wasatch Front, upper 50s to low 60s over the next few days, so not bad at all with a warming trend before we start to tap into that cooler air. As far as precipitation, again, that high pressure blocks that moisture, so Oregon, Washington, Idaho, back towards California, they get all the activity. We stay dry until about Saturday night. That's going to be the first opportunity to get some moisture in here. Now, the data is kind of all over the place with the timing and the specific amounts, but what we do know is it will be unsettled starting Saturday night, going into your Monday, and even into your Tuesday as well. And this system, again, looks like it's going to have some decent moisture with it. It just depends on now how we time out when the main moisture starts to move through. But as you can see, for most of the central portions and northern portions of the state, about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of liquid precipitation. That would be wonderful news. We had a report a little earlier today of the Great Salt Lake being a little low, so we want to get some more moisture in there to bump that up. This is the water content that could just do that for us, so we're hoping that we see that, whether it's in the form of rain or snow, and it could be kind of close depending on those temperatures. But again, as I mentioned, if you're making travel plans for the upcoming Thanksgiving week, just know that right now it looks like most of the western half of the country, we're going to be talking about below average temperatures as we approach next week, so it's not going to be warm and nice like what we're seeing this week here, at least to wrap up the week. And as far as precipitation, gobble, gobble, we could use it, right? Here comes some extra precipitation for us. It looks to be wetter as well as we go into next week. So again, we're kind of fine-tuning the details, but what we know, colder and wetter conditions are likely as we go into your Thanksgiving week. So be prepared for that. And of course, we'll keep you updated as we kind of fine-tune this forecast to kind of nail down the specifics with the precipitation chances. All right, low temperatures tonight, a little warmer than where we have been. We're talking temperatures in the, we'll call it the upper 20s to mid 30s across the Wasatch Front, low to mid 30s here across southwest Utah. And as you get towards the eastern half of the state, it will be cold again tonight with temperatures back down into the teens and low 20s as you get into the Castle Country and the Uintas. We're in the upper 50s to near 60s for highs along the Wasatch Front tomorrow, mid to upper 60s in St. George. All right, let me show you your forecast here as we go into the days ahead. You can see nice weather to end up the rest of the work week here across southern Utah here as we're looking at those temperatures pretty nice. And we're talking about some sunshine out there. Chances of rain arrives for the weekend into next week. And the Wasatch Front, 61 on Friday. How about that?
Nice.
That's a gift this time of the year. And then, of course, winter-like conditions return for the weekend into next week. Looks very unsettled.
Unsettled. Okay.
Ryan, it's a gift. Music to your ears,
Yeah.
Ryan, for big
I like
football
those
day.
high numbers.
Yeah.
I want to see some high numbers from the BYU offense.